Hey, how you doing? It's Grampy again. I'm back here in my Steampunk tutorial series, and I think this is episode 7 or 8, and we're getting ready to start on a pretty exciting part of this thing. We're getting ready to build the mega tower, the extreme tower that goes up to the highest part of this steampunk structure. I think we can get through this foundation part of this tower in one tutorial. We may or may not. We'll just have to see. But that's what we're getting ready to start today, and let's just get to it so we don't run out of time again. So anyway, the first thing I want to show you is I've done some work off camera. I've been fretting about the position and placement of this roof dormer that is actually going to support the tower foundation, and I had everything raised up one block higher than this. So so the floor of this deal was this is all going to go. Might as well make it go now. But so the floor here was up one block higher, and the bottom edge of our roof was up one block higher, which made it really goofy here. It connected into the wrong spot. So I did this off camera, and I think it looks better. I've still got a couple of issues, but I'm not going to worry about it. I did want to show you that in case you're following along. And I've botched so many things that require people to undo and redo things that they've already built. So if you want to leave it the way it was originally, there's going to be no issue with it. In fact, that's the way it is over there on this tower, and you'll be the only one that notices it. But if you want to go ahead and lower it down so that this stair, the bottom stair of the roof, matches up, it's not all that hard. You just lower everything down by one, and leave the whole upper part of the roof is fine. All you end up doing is adding this bottom riser in, and then redoing the bottom part of the stair. I added stone brick here for this entire thing. This was all wood when I started, but you can choose to do whatever you want there. I thought that stone brick, this is kind of weird doing it without seeing, but anyway, I thought that looked kind of nice. But anyway, so there you go. I'm wasted too much time already. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to build this tower foundation, and let's go over here and look at what this thing contains. There's a number of ways you can do this, and I'm not sure this is the best way, because this contains this whole foundation all the way up to the the structure up there, and it also is going to contain a area in the middle that is supposed to represent like a water I'm not sure what you call it, like a water container, a water production facility. I'm not sure what, but that section is supposed to be a little fatter than the rest of the tower, and supposed to look like it contains something that's producing the water that comes out of this spout and is feeding this water wheel. I don't know whether I achieved that effect or not. One way to make it so that it would look different that way would be to change this lower part of the foundation, so that and the thing that I thought we could do is make it a 3x3 and only include this in these interior blocks. Just basically delete the 3 outside blocks and go up with a 3x3 until you hit the bottom of this, and then come out to this size, and then at the top continue up like this with the whole 5x5. That is something that you might play around with if you're not happy with the way this looks. But for this tutorial, I'm going to leave it alone. In fact, I've kind of tried to do it over here. This was the original that I built in survival, and you can see what I tried to do. I'd build a 3x3 foundation coming up, and then I don't know why I can't think of the word I'm looking for, like a turbine, a water turbine, I guess, is what I'm thinking of. I tried to build that out here, and then go up with the bigger foundation from there. But so feel free to do that if you want. That's not what I'm going to be showing here. I'm going to show the full deal, and it's going to be very similar to this style that we put here. Same pattern. You might get bored with that. You might think that gets repetitive, but I think it's I think it adds you know, a consistent element that is sort of needed, I guess. You know, the steampunk is so has so many unexpected, you know, weird, impossible geometric, you know, structure kind of concepts. I think that the consistency that pattern adds, I don't know, somehow helps. Somehow helps. At least it does when I'm looking at it. It makes it a little more visually believable, I guess you'd say. So that's what we're going to build. Now, all I'm going to do here is measure how high it goes. Now, when we get up to this structure, you can see we're going to be back to the building style that we used on the very bottom part of that thing. It's just basically the same structure. You'll see it's a little different because it's a square instead of a rectangle. 7 by 7 instead of 7 by 5. So, or something like that. But that'll be the only difference. So we're going to kind of see how high we go up here. Let's see what we've got going on. Yeah, so from the top of this structure, this four-cornered roof that we just got done building, we're going to come up one from the wood. We're going to come up 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fourth block is where the bottom layer of this is going to go. So essentially 3 is where we're going to come up with our pillars, and then we'll add a layer of cobblestone on top of that. But we're going to come up 3 above that roof. So we've got a lot of pillaring to do. So get your inventory full of stone bricks and get ready to do some, you know, pillaring up from here. And here's how that foundation fits. It fits symmetrically in here. So, you know, it's going to come up from here. Just like this, with one more here. I told you we're going to destroy a lot of this, so that's where that's going to go. And we're going to, you'll see, we're going to tie right into this in places, and you know, you'll see it merge in the roof and all that. So, what I'm going to do is pillar up with all of these, all of these pillars up to the appropriate height, which is, what did I say now? 3 above the peak of that roof, and that's where the base of the structure is going to start. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Now, if you're doing this in survival, you can, the best thing to do, you know, is I think from this, one of the inside middle pillars, you can actually get yourself in a position to hit all of the other ones. You can, if this is up at the right level, you can actually, you know, hit all of these from one, and that keeps you from having to, daredevil leap around from one to the other. But suit yourself. Do that however you want to, but just pillar up with all of those up to the appropriate level. Three above the wooden part of this roof. 1, 2, 3. That's where we're going to go with these. So so have at it, and I'm going to do that off camera, and we'll see you when I'm finished. Okay, let's interrupt for just a second to show you where you're going to intersect with this roof. So as you're pillaring up in these far pillars here, you can see you're going to connect right into the roof, and all you do, don't worry about it. All you're going to do is just replace everything that's here with your blocks. Only replace the ones that you sort of conflict with. We may end up replacing more as we begin sort of finishing out the interior and figuring out what we're going to do. But for now, leave that alone. Now this is the temporary ones that I added to measure the height. So that's what you're going to end up with on that inside layer. So I just wanted to show you that, not to be scared. Just as you're pillaring up and you conflict with a block, just replace it with replace all the stairs with the blocks that you're using, and leave the ones that you're not conflicting with alone. So anyway, I'm going to continue on, and we'll see you back when I'm done. Okay, here we are again. So we've got those pillars up to the appropriate level, which is 3 above. Again, it's just 3 above this block right here. 1, 2, 3. And now what we're going to do is fill the inside with our cobblestone, just like we've done previously. So so just replace the stairs that are going to be, intersecting with these blocks, and you'll see you're going to pillar up with 4 pillars of cobblestone to fill up all the inside spaces. So up we go. Now those again, if you're in survival, you can just reach all of those in one pillaring motion. Just pillar up 2 blocks, so 2 blocks will give you the ability to reach them all. You just pillar up 2, and then 2, or as high as you want to go here, and then go 2 above that level, 2 more, and 4 more, whatever you want to do, and then you'll eventually get to the top there. So I'm going to do that, and we'll see you back again when I'm finished. Okay, back again. Good job. We've got our basic framework of our foundation ready to rock, and now we're going to I don't know if I'm going to have to go look. I think we want to just put a layer of cobblestone across the top. It really doesn't matter. You can go up higher if you want to, but you can just fill this all in with cobble. And if you went up a block higher than this, that would have been perfectly fine. But I think that's, I was wondering, I don't know if I needed to fill that in at this level or not. I'm going to actually go over there and look and just make sure I'm not messing up. No. Nope. It's right, I think. So that's what we want to do. Now, you can see that the very next thing we're going to do is strap this thing with a layer of logs, just like we did down below, and start the process of building this building. And those logs are going to go right on the layer of cobblestone that we built. So So right here, now what I want to do, just to add variation, you can see this is the end that we left the open log. So I'm going to switch that up here and make all of the open ends terminate on this side right here. So right there. Is that dark oak? I don't want that. I want spruce. Sorry. Spruce. So this is what we're going to do up here. So, but first, we're not really going to be working on this part of the build. I'm just ringing it in so you'll know that's what where we are. But the next thing we're going to do, in fact, the rest. So anyway, that's the platform. But the rest of this video, we're going to decorate this foundation, and then we'll be done with this video. That'll take up all the time we have.